Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to our very first ZeroForge tutorial. Guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Enderman farm, and this is 1.11.2. This build does work, it is efficient. It is not nearly as efficient as a Guardian farm, which I haven't explored yet, but I've seen a lot of possibilities on how to make one, and we may get into that next. And I don't know how well it holds up to a Blaze farm. The Blaze farm will be the next episode for tutorials, but today let's focus on the Enderman farm. We'll try to do a mob a day and figure out just exactly how can we farm these guys in a simple concept that's available in survival and is SMP friendly, as well as it's not going to be over encumbersome with materials needed. So as you guys can see, we have got a ton of Endermen here, and if you're not aware, take a look at the entities. Entities is the fourth row from the top, and you can see the numbers gradually increasing. We only have a set cap of entities we can have within an area at a given time. So, with that in mind, if we force the game to produce entities, for example, now you see all the XP orbs and the ender pearls that are on the ground actually are considered entities. This is an issue because the game can only spawn in so many entities. The spawning is not a forced option. The killing is a forced option because it has to produce results and rewards for the players killing. So, with that into consideration, we understand that we can only spawn so many Endermen at a time. So that's why it's important to have this sorting system set up here as well. And if you guys don't think that this thing is crazy, yeah. Actually at the point of throwing ender pearls away. And we actually have to now because we do not have a proper sorting system set up. But this is kind of the basic rudimentary to the Enderman farm. Now this is a fairly efficient XP farm. Again, not nearly as efficient as the Guardian farm or if done properly, a Blaze farm, because Endermen are worth only 5 XP apiece. Now, I will take you guys to the top to show you exactly just how this works, and then we will get into the actual tutorial. Yeah, and there's an Enderman hanging out there. So if you guys notice on the way in here, we use half slabs, and that is because Endermen and any other mob cannot spawn on half slabs that adjust their height. If you sit on the upper tier of the slab, it will in fact let them be able to spawn because it does not affect their height. So here's our spawning platform. I just chose netherrack and cobblestone because I thought it looked pretty cool. It looks like a sword or an emblem or something. I don't know. And over here we have some trapdoors and Minecrafts. And I believe that this is going to get fixed at some point. But within here we have our Endermite, and our Endermite is a hostile mob, and he also produces aggression, hostility from other Endermen. And I assume he's some sort of Enderman type mob. I'm not sure what it is, but I also threw some half slabs around here to make sure that they can spawn on that platform. Threw some trapdoors in here to help funnel our Enderman down into this area. The Enderman can in fact pick him up from 64 blocks out. So if we have Enderman spawn back here, they will in fact pick him up and be drawn into him. And the trapdoors are intended to help give him line of sight. And this curvature here is also, this is actually through a little bit of trial and tribulation. I found that you can only spawn Enderman out to probably right about here, and this is as far as they can get line of sight on them. If they spawn over here, they'll actually just sit idle, and that causes issues because obviously we can only have so many entities spawning within the area at a time. So as you can see, we have tons of Endermen coming in here. They're falling down in here. They drop down into this chamber, which is where we're funneling them all into. And same rules apply. Obviously, you don't want to look at them, or you'll be having a bad day. And I just lost. Oh, there it is. I just lost our placement block here. Let's see if I can get down here and get it. Nice. And I did it again. Nice. Come on. So yeah, we'll be going over this tutorial, and this is a very, very simple farm, guys, and it doesn't take much to make. In fact, I think this should probably be one of the earliest tier farms you can make in terms of efficiency for XP. There are, the possibility of making skeleton farmers, though they are not terribly efficient. I'm sure that if you made them like very large scale, they could be. But this farm, guys, this farm is literally probably one of the better farms you can make. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. All right, guys, we are in our creative end now, and you still have to fight the dragon in here, surprisingly. Alright, so I have it on peaceful. Dragon still spawns. Let's go ahead and get started here. So what needs to be noted is that before you start building this, you need to set up a platform that is at least 128 blocks away from any of the currently loaded chunks. I would recommend going at least 150. So we're just going to slightly demonstrate that. I'm not going to go out 150 blocks, but in this, just for the sake of the tutorial's time, but you will need to go out at least 150 blocks in any other direction. It doesn't really matter. Okay guys, so ideally, like I said, you want to go over at least, I would recommend going over at least 128 blocks. And what you can do to help visualize this concept is go to your options, go to video settings, make sure your render distance is set to normal, 12, and once this island is no longer visible within your rendering distance, you should be far enough away. Maybe go a little bit further. But alright, let's get started on the build. Alright everybody, let's go. So, it's a very, very simple build. In fact, everything you need for this build is right here in this chest. First and foremost, what you will need to do is make a name tag, and this is going to be for our Endermite. Oh, we need to put that in there. So the thing about Endermites is they will normally are naturally despawn within 2 minutes, no matter if they're in proximity of somebody or without unloaded out of the chunk. They will despawn. So we need to make sure that we give them a name tag so they don't despawn, and we're going to name him Zero's Buddy. So we have that. Let's grab all these. Okay, now let's find an area for our killing spot. Determine where you would like to have these Endermen die, and you would like to pick up the XP. Pretty simple and self-explanatory. I would recommend a centralized location. Never do a 4x4 or a 2x2 because it does not work. So let's we'll just branch out a little bit further here. Okay, staying to one platform, and then we'll set up a 5x5 area. Also, it would be recommended that when you are making this, bridge out to this platform only using half slabs. That way you guarantee yourself not having to worry about any mobs spawning in your general vicinity. Also, I would recommend lighting this up. I'm currently in peaceful, so it's not an issue. Okay, so let's find our killing spot. What we need to do is make sure that we have a funnel created. So let's put the blocks here, here, and here. Nice, now we have our funnel. Next, we're going to place our chest. Thought I was going to put that hopper down, didn't you? Place our chest here. I definitely recommend a double. We might want to even consider making a additional storage system for this build, because you will be generating a lot of ender pearls. Okay, so this will be our killing area. This is not where Endermen will be dying. This is where we will be killing them. So what we need to know about Endermen is that they need to fall at least 42 blocks to become a one-hit kill. So we're going to start here, and we're going to go up 42 blocks. We are currently at Y55. So let's go up to 97 on all sides. Okay, so obviously I am in creative. This is very easy to do in creative. I would recommend starting out by building a ladder here and placing a water source down here just in case there's an accident. Now, in order to have a clearer shot at killing these Endermen, I would recommend placing some stone slabs around here, and then this will be your killing spot. Obviously Endermen will not be able to see you, so let's place some blocks here. Okay, so now we have full access to the killing area. Do not look up at the Endermen. If you are concerned, place a slab here, and you'll have to just work yourself in here to get a better hold of the drops. You can also place additional hoppers down here, but you may skew the killing area. Anyway, let's go ahead and build this portion up now. Excellent. Now we're at our top. We have our funnel created. Let's get started on the attraction mechanism. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started on the attraction mechanism. First and foremost, we need to place a block here and here. You may be concerned about this spot, but don't worry, we're going to cover it up with the trapdoor later. Next, make a 5x5 platform up here. Excellent. So now we have our 5x5 platform. Let's make our trapdoors. So we're just going to work on the bottom portion of this first, because there is one step that we have to do before we can actually make the attraction mechanism. So let's go ahead and place some trapdoors here. And we may not need these later, but just for simplicity's sake, I want to go ahead and make a 5x5 platform. Now, time to make our spawning area. So we'll place some blocks here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And from here, we're going to go 64 blocks back. Okay, so from my experience, my personal recommendation is we take this block right here, and we're going to go in and in. And then we're just going to straddle from here. And you're going to build out like so, like so, like so, and like so. And you'll want to come out, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rungs, and you want to copy that design on both sides to get your maximum amount of efficiency for Enderman spawning. Okay guys, time to spawn in our Endermite. He is the main catalyst to making this whole thing work, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is removed at some point because this is a very, very easy farm to build with the Endermite. So, let's get started. First and foremost, we must build ourselves a rail system to help ourselves capture him. And we will go ahead and place that there, and we will get this thing bouncing back and forth. Also, note that I got rid of the trapdoors. That is because I realized that you cannot spawn one in through creative, and we need to do it the good old-fashioned way with an ender pearl. That is the only way that you will get this to work, but the issue is that you only have a 5% chance of it working. Now, what we will do is we will cover this up, and we'll place a stone slab over the killing area just so we remember. Next step, we need to light this area up. The problem is that Endermen hate Endermites. Bad. Very bad. So, let's go ahead and light this area up. You can use torches or whatever means you think are necessary to lighten this area up, but it is important, and if you don't, it will not work. Also, take into consideration that these Endermites generate a large range of aggro, so Endermen that spawn over here will in fact attack him. So, let's get started. Remember that these Endermites only spawn every 5% of the time you throw an ender pearl. Okay guys, so you see the whole area is now lit up, including the attractor area. So let's start by spawning in our Endermite. Make sure you have your name tag ready. Oh, and look at that. What are the odds? He is very angry at you though, so be prepared. Zero's buddy. Good to see you, buddy. Now, I am on creative. I will switch over to survival mode. And now, he should not like me. There we go. Come with me, buddy. Take him over to your minecart. He, like all other mobs, will have the same pathing ideas, so just make sure you stay in range of him. He is pretty slow and easy to outrun, and he is very easy to kill, so make sure no Endermen are spawning in. Hop on the other side of the minecart and try to work him in. Nice. We have just caught ourselves an Endermite. We can go ahead and remove this torch because he will move wherever he likes to. Alright guys, we will no longer be switching to peaceful because we will lose our Endermite little buddy. Also, be careful. He will knock you off and you will die if you are not ready for it. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some half slabs to help us control the spawning. We'll also need trapdoors. You can use iron or wood, it does not matter. Go ahead and knock the slabs out behind him. And in order for him to be attracted to me, I must switch back to survival. He will actually pull the cart towards you, no matter what the signal. Break that track and place a slab there. Nice. We'll go back to creative now, and we will continue the attractor area. Finish the attractor area by placing stone slabs all around. You can also leave the lighting source here too. This will not affect anything. Also, place stone slabs on top of your light sources. Excellent. Now, let's begin by returning to our trapdoors. Clear out this space that we had just created. Next, place trapdoor here, here, here. Not there, here, and here. Open these areas. Excellent. Endermen are smart. They will not jump off this block. They realize that this will let them die. So, they know that this is a pathway to the Endermite. Therefore, they will do their best to find this area and kill him. Next, let's go ahead and build up a little more protection for our little buddy here. Go ahead and place some stone slabs or full blocks up in this area to get started. Next, build these out. You can also put some additional stone slabs on the side. You may need to shift click. Next, break these slabs. Not this one though, you need that. Okay. Now, when Endermen funnel in, they'll be forced to go into this area and straight down. See that? Very nice. Also, realize that Endermen are 3 blocks tall, therefore they cannot in fact spawn in these areas. And this will pretty much do it for our Endermite spawner. Let's go ahead and remove the blocks and watch the magic happen. Very, very nice. Okay, guys. So as you can see, our little buddy is doing a great job of really making these Endermen angry. And after some thought, guys, you actually cannot build it this far out. If we want to, we can actually look and see where the Endermen are spawning at and get rid of this platform. This is vital in making sure that we are aware of the maximum range of this area and controlling the amount of entities within it. So I will make sure to include that as a annotation and make sure that we do not do it again. Anyway, he is doing a great job. He is spawning them in. The only difference in this situation is that we are not far enough away from the end spawn area. As you can see, we also have many Endermen falling here and spawning down here. And this is also affecting the amount of entities we can have within an area at any given time. So, With that in mind, we can go ahead and place some stone slabs like so. This is actually not the correct height to set it to. Right there it is. I would also recommend using water to place on top. Again, this will help control the mob spawning. And as we know, Endermen do not like water. Now if you notice yourself losing a lot of Endermen here, due to fall damage, you may want to raise this up one more. It is not difficult. In fact, you can actually place a block up there to prevent the Enderman from falling down, and moving the hopper up one more, and the chest out. 42 to 43 blocks is the normal area range where Enderman will fall with a single hit. For example, one hit. Very nice. Again, continue adding slabs out here to disable the Enderman spawning, or any other hostile mob spawning for that matter, and then possibly add water to the top of this to help even more. Endermen will want to spawn away, but we will not let them. And if they do, they die, and we get our entity count back to where it needs to be. And that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Again, this is a very, very simple, very fast spawn to get to, and you can make it happen fairly easy, given you have either the right circumstances or the right group to work with. This is the same spawner we use in our server, and it works very, very well. Again, not nearly as fast as the Guardian, but it does get the job done until we get that farm built. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.